Hello, everyone, and welcome to this course about improving your marketing mindset. This is Jill Celeste, marketing teacher to purpose-driven entrepreneurs and founder of the Celestial Marketing Academy, and I am so glad that you're taking some time to explore your marketing mindset and learn new ways to improve it so that you can improve your marketing. You see, mindset is everything. It can help change the way your business, but you have to have a positive mindset. And we often hear, when we talk about mindset, we often hear as it's related to abundance or wealth. And certainly those are very important. But as it relates to marketing, there are certain mindset shifts that you want to work on so that your marketing is more effective, which then will translate into your business being more effective. So in today's class, I'm going to share with you 5 ways you can improve your marketing mindset. And the first thing we're going to talk about is how to embrace your role as director of marketing for your business. Then we'll move into how to be essential, how to choose fewer marketing tactics, and how to implement them really well so you get the results you're looking for. Then we'll move into how to stay in faith so that all your dreams will come true. Fourth, we'll talk about improving your self-worth because yes, you are worth it and you have to believe that you are worth it in order for your marketing to work. And finally, I'm going to encourage you to stop hiding. The world needs your gifts, and in order for the world to know about your gifts, you have to stop hiding and you have to embrace marketing. So let's get right into the content. And let's talk about the first mindset shift that I want you to have. So I want you to repeat after me. And I know this sounds dorky, but raise your right hand and repeat after me. I am the director of marketing for my business. So here's the thing. So many of us are experts in our craft, right? Whether we are a trained graphic designer, or maybe we are a life coach, or maybe we run a travel agency, or perhaps you walk dogs for a living. It doesn't really matter what you do. The idea is that you're really good at it. That's why you're in business. And I am not trying to minimize those skills at all. But what happens is, we open up our businesses, we sort of throw open our shutter, so to speak, but we don't really embrace the marketing aspect of entrepreneurship. Marketing becomes a task that we relegate to the end of the day, or maybe we just procrastinate on or avoid altogether. And here's the thing. You as the entrepreneur, you as your small business owner, you have the most important role of all. And that is being the director of marketing for your business. So I want you to remember this. And this will translate into many different things. First of all, it will give you permission to work on marketing tasks first, right? No marketing task will become secondary to operational tasks or tasks that you can outsource to somebody else. One time I was on a phone call with a sales prospect, and she was telling me that she just didn't have time for marketing. And so I was asking her, I'm like, well, what are you doing with your day that you don't have time with your marketing? And the first activity that came out of her mouth was that she needed to empty the trash in her office. Now, no doubt we all need to empty the trash in our office. But what I'm saying here is that trash removal is not more important than marketing your business. Directors of marketing put marketing first. If you were to look at a director of marketing for a corporation, she has a marketing plan. She knows exactly what to do every day because she has a marketing plan to guide her. And she doesn't avoid marketing tasks because if she did, she'd be fired. Her marketing would not be effective. Well, you can't fire yourself, at least not yet. So it's important for you to say to yourself, I am the director of marketing for my business. It is one of the most important hats that I will wear, and I take it seriously. Because it all comes down to this. No marketing, no clients. So if you don't embrace your role as director of marketing for your business, you are not going to attract the clients that you want to keep your business afloat. I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm saying it because it's a fact. Many of the entrepreneurs, in fact, all of the entrepreneurs I've ever worked with who want to quit their business because they cannot get sales, they cannot get clients, are victims of this mindset that they don't like marketing and they can't do marketing. You can. Marketing is not rocket science. You have to learn how to do it, and you have to make it a priority. And that's why it's essential that you say to yourself, I'm the director of marketing for my business. So as you know, with this course, there's always homework. So I have a couple of things for you to help you really get in touch with your inner director of marketing and to really bring this role in the forefront of your day and in your mindset. The first thing is a sign. It's a blue sign you can see here on the left side of your screen, and it says, I am the director of marketing for my business. That means I will put marketing tasks first, have marketing plan, and will market every day. Your assignment is to print this sign out and place it somewhere in your workspace where you can see it as a visual reminder of your important role as director of marketing for your business. The second piece of homework I want you to do is to print out the daily marketing action list and planner, which is a PDF available with this course. This daily marketing action list and planner is sort of your daily diary as a director of marketing for your business. It allows you to put information in such as follow-up, networking opportunities, social media posts. It really helps you make marketing a forefront in your day as you plan. And so I hope you will try this planner out and see if it will help you retrain your brain into being the director of marketing for your business. So those are your assignments as it relates to this mindset shift that you are the director of marketing for your business. Now let's move into the second mindset shift that I want you to have. So there's an expression called essentialism, and back in my day in college, we learned about essentialism in art and in English or literature. And yes, even with marketing, there is essentialism. So what does that mean? What is essentialism? Well, essentialism means that you are only picking the marketing tasks that are essential to growing your business. See, what happens is we get inundated with marketing ideas in our travels, right? We attend different webinars, we read different books, we see Facebook ads promoting this, that, and the other thing. We have our mentors telling us one thing, we have our peers telling us another. I mean, literally, it is like, it's like the supermarket that you see in front of us in this picture. It's like all these different choices. And so instead of doing one or two of them and trying them out and getting really good at them, what happens is we start loading our cart. We start pulling marketing tactics off the shelf and into our shopping cart and load our cart up, and then we turn the aisle and we see something else that's really flashy and really cool, and we try to add that in, and we have a cart full of stuff and nothing to show for it. Essentialism teaches us to ignore those shiny objects, to say, you know what, these two or these three marketing tasks are the things that will really move my business forward, and that is what I'm going to focus on, right? Because we don't have an unlimited supply of time or money or energy. And, with 1,000 ways to market our business, we often wonder, well, how do we choose what to do first, right? So if you embrace essentialism, basically you are throwing a stake in the ground and saying, I'm only going to pick these few essential marketing tasks that will move my business forward. And this is a huge mindset shift. Really it is, because you're going to be tempted to try everything. But I say to you, don't try everything. It's not going to give you the results you were looking for. I have an expression. What you focus on in your marketing will bloom, right? I've seen so many successful entrepreneurs focus on just one thing. Like they get really good at networking, or they get really good at speaking, or they get really good at webinars. And they just do an outstanding job doing that one thing. And guess what? Their business grows exponentially. Or I've also seen entrepreneurs say, I'm going to focus on two things. And they focus on that. And that's all they do. And you know what? And that's okay too. I want you to remember that what you focus on in your marketing will bloom. Where you place your attention will bloom. If you're worried about wasting time, money, energy, then this will make a lot of sense for you. If you think about a garden, right, and you have all these different flowers. Let's say you have some roses and you have some daisies and you have some sunflowers, but you really partial those sunflowers. You know those sunflowers are going to attract what it is that you're looking for. So yeah, you water the whole garden, but you spend a little more time with the sunflowers. You add the right amount of fertilizer, and you talk to those sunflowers, and you make sure they're getting adequate sunlight, and you really just are paying a little bit more attention to those sunflowers versus the other flowers in your garden. Well, what's going to happen? Well, those sunflowers are going to shoot straight up over the roses and the daisies. They're going to be beautiful blooms, and they're going to attract whatever it is that you're looking for. That's what it happens with your marketing. So here's a gauge to help you, right? If you focus on one marketing tactic, do it really well, that is the super ideal thing to do. If you are like, no, I really need to focus on two things. I know these two things will work. Perfect. Do that. That's awesome. Maybe you're like, oh, I want to focus on 3 marketing tactics. Okay, that's fine, but please be careful. It is hard. You're starting to spread yourself a little too thin. It can be done, but not as well as if you only focus on 1 or 2 marketing tactics. And if you say, you know what, I need to focus on 4 marketing tactics, yikes, I want you to reconsider. Because 3 or less is where you want. 3 or less is where you get the results you're looking for. So if you're going to say, I'm only going to do networking, and I'm only going to do speaking, and I'm only going to do those 2 things, I promise you, you're going to get the results you're looking for because you're being essential. Whoops, sorry about that. I'm a little crazy with my mouse. I'm excited because I wanted you to get to your homework though. And this is a PDF available with this course, and I want you to print it out. And I want you to think about all the marketing things that you want to work on. Now, you don't wait till the end of this course before you fill this out, but just know that it's there. And I want you to write down the 3 or less marketing tactics you are going to focus on. And remember, this is a mindset shift because you're going to be tempted to add more and more and more. You may even be tempted to fill out all 3 because there's 3 blanks. Don't be tempted. If you know one thing is really going to move your business forward, if you do it really well, then only write the other things, one thing down, and put NA next to number 2 and number 3. This is another item I want you to print out, and I want you to post in your workspace. You can even tape it right to the sign about being a director of marketing because they go hand in hand, okay? So think about the 3 essential marketing tactics, those activities that will move your business forward, and write them down. And if you only want 2, then write 2. And if you only want 1, then write 1. But the idea is to be essential. The next mindset shift I want to talk to you about is about staying in faith. Entrepreneurship is, to me, one of the most enormous acts of faith that a person can do. And there are going to be times when entrepreneurship tries your faith. And I call these moments crises of faith. But they're super important to have, and here's why. These crises of faith are signals that something needs to change in your business, and these would be good changes to make. It's sort of like a wake-up call, right? And if you can get through the emotions of that faith crisis, and you do some analysis work, your business will be better on the other end of it. It will be so much better. If you stay in faith, if you see through the crisis, in other words, you will end up in a better place as a result. At the end of the day, staying in faith is about knowing and visualizing your goals, right? So let's think about how you can stay in faith, how you can stay in the mindset of faith. There's lots of different ways to do this, but here are ones that I have found have worked the best for me, as well as have worked best for the clients and the students that I have served in my career. The first thing you can do is write goal cards, and you read them every day. And I'm going to talk more about goal cards in a second, so let me just move on to the next idea. You could create a vision board. If you're not sure what a vision board is, it's basically you get a poster board from your local Walmart or Target, and you go through magazines and you cut out images and words and messages that portray your goals. And there are a lot of different ways to do vision boards. I recommend looking up, researching it a little bit, because everybody has their own methodology. There are some really cool ways to do it. You can even take a class virtually or in person on how to create a vision board. And I recommend doing that if this speaks to you. I love it. I love tearing up magazines. I do one every year, and I place it right over my workspace. And every time, in fact, I'm looking at it right now, and every time I look at it, I see something new. I see a message to remind me about why I'm here and what my goals are. So create a vision board to help you stay in faith. You can also create a mind movie. So a mind movie is sort of like a vision board, but it's in a movie format. It's a collection of images, often set to music, that portray your goals and your dreams. I've created mine on Animoto, which is spelled ANIMOTO.com. It is a paid service. You can also go to mindmovie.com and create one there. And it's beautiful. It's just something, it doesn't have to be terribly long, but if you watch it every day, first of all, your mindset is going to be in such a great place, because it's going to remind you of your why. And it's going to remind you where you're headed, just like a vision board. So if you're more of a person who likes to have something on your computer or maybe on your phone that you watch, a mind movie is a really good tactic to think about. And again, research it and find the best tool to help you. Another thing you can do is to journal about your dreams and goals. If you've ever read the book Happy Pocket Full of Money, he has a whole chapter in there about journaling about what you want your life to be. And I love this exercise. In fact, I've known people who have complete journals that are just dedicated to dreams and goals. And it's just a place where you dream. And you can write words, you can draw something out, you can paste items in there. But the idea is that you dream in your journal and you talk about the things you want to accomplish. And you don't worry about the how. You just write everything down. And when you need to get in a better mindset space, you can go back to your journal and read the entries, and that's an instant mindset boost. Again, you can research journaling about dreams and goals. Check out the book, Happy Pocket Full of Money, for a lot of great lessons, including this dream journal. And I mean dream journal, not to journal your dreams as in the dreams you sleep with, but the things that you aspire to do. So check that out as another opportunity for you. Another way to stay in faith is to hire a mentor to help you. Now, people might be thinking, well, Jill, you're a marketing teacher. Of course, you want people to hire you. I'm actually not I'm not actually referring to myself here. There are people who are mindset coaches, who are holistic practitioners, who are affirmation experts, who are soul-wise living experts, accountability coaches, you name it. There's a flavor for everyone. And sometimes that's what we need. We need a mentor to remind us to stay in faith, to remind us of our goals, to remind us of where we're heading. Because when we get in the muck, we lose sight of this. So again, considering your personality, your financial situation, hiring a mentor might be the right option for you. Hand in hand with that, I do recommend that you surround yourself with like-minded entrepreneurs. You want to surround yourself with entrepreneurs who are on the same journey as you, to fulfilling your purpose, to living your why, to dreaming big, unapologetically. If you're with an entrepreneur who's always sort of that negative Nelly, that is not good for your mindset. And that certainly is not going to help you when you have a crisis of faith, because yes, you're going to have crises of faith. Surround yourself with like-minded entrepreneurs, whether you meet them through a networking group, whether you create your own mastermind, whether you meet them through an online academy where maybe there's a community already there. Be on the lookout and surround yourself with these people. And they can be on the same level as you or up the ladder. It doesn't matter. But just make sure you have that network of people who can continuously lift you and help you get up on days when things are in the crapper. And finally, another way to stay in faith is to watch an inspirational video. Maybe you have someone that you really admire in your industry and he or she did a TED Talk, or maybe they have a YouTube channel. You just go in there and you look at their videos. You get inspired by what they say or what they do. Or maybe it's depending on your spiritual beliefs. If you believe in law of attraction, for example, maybe watching something from Esther Hicks when she's doing her Abraham. Maybe that's what's inspiring to you. I mentioned TED Talks. Maybe finding a TED Talk that talks about your business or your industry or your mindset or whatever the case may be. Make a playlist if you want. You can do that quite easily in YouTube. You can make a playlist called Videos That Inspire Me and put those videos in there. And then when you're having a crisis of faith, you can go into that playlist and play those videos and boost yourself out of that spot. So, of course, we have homework. So I mentioned in a slide before about goal cards, and I promised you I would talk more about that. And your homework is to complete a goal card. Now, I want to give you some rules of the road for this. Remember, this is your goal card. There is no wrong way to write one. However, you're like me, you sort of need a starting point. I'm a visual person, which is why I've included in this course a PDF of your goal card. And you're welcome to use that PDF, or you can just model it and use it for your own index cards. There's no wrong way, as I mentioned, to write a goal card. Some people put all of their goals on one card, or you could split your goals into individual index cards. It's completely up to you. I do recommend that you do a kind of a draft card to get your ideas down first. And just think about the tangible goals you want in your life, not just in your business, but also in your personal life. And know that you can't have too many goals on your goal card. Your goal card should start with the following expression: I am so happy and grateful now that. Then it's best to write in the present tense, not the future tense. So for example, you might write something like this: I am so happy and grateful now that I am the owner of a business that brings in $100,000 or more in profit. Or maybe something like, I am so happy and grateful now that I own a brand new Honda Pilot. Depending on your spiritual beliefs, you may want to end your goal card with the expression, and so it is, because this really affirms that what you're wishing for will come true. So again, write the card the way you want, but please make sure the present tense is there. So it's just how we shift our mindset. And then once you have your card written, I want you to read from it at least twice a day. I've known people who've made copies of their goal cards and placed them around the house, such as clipping it to the refrigerator or taping it to their bathroom mirror. I've heard of people laminating their goal cards and placing them on a key ring so that, like, when they're in the car line at school or they're waiting at a red light, they can flip through their goal cards. Just know this: the more you read your goal card, the more you'll manifest what you desire. And the more you read your goal card, the more easily you will stay in faith. Goal cards are super essential for a good mindset. So please don't skip this exercise, okay? It is really important for your mindset shift. Let's move on to the next mindset shift that I want you to have. And let's talk about improving your self-worth. Why do I mention this? Well, part of our marketing mindset is a battle sometimes for us to say, I am worth this. I am worth owning a business. I am worth charging these prices. I am worth wanting this piece of software. I am worth investing in a mentor. So many entrepreneurs, especially women, have poor self-worth. They put everyone else's needs in front of our own. You might have heard me say this story before. I'm going to repeat it just in case you haven't heard it. One time I had an opportunity to invest in an online course that would have really helped me with my business. And the course was about $99. And I was looking at it and I was really excited. And then I started thinking, oh, you know, Joe's going to need some football cleats in 2 months, and those are about $99. I better not do this. I better not invest in myself because my son needs cleats. And so I skipped on the opportunity to buy this class for $99 because I had to buy cleats in 2 months. Ridiculous. It was worth it for me to invest that $99 in myself first, because guess what? I would have sold things to be able to afford the cleats for Joe. I would never have let him go without. But it was okay if I went without, and that's not acceptable. In marketing, you have to have self-worth because that is the foundation for how you're going to market. Even as it relates to pricing, you have to know that you are worth it. I love this quote from Dr. Maya Angelou. Your crown has been bought and paid for. Put it on your head and wear it. And yes, your crown has been bought and paid for. You are an expert in your craft. You've taken the appropriate classes, the credentialing, whatever it is you needed to do to be an expert in your field. That is your crown. You have to put it on your head and wear it and say, I am this, and this is what I am worth. Look at your prices, for example. Are you really charging what you're worth? Look at how you interact with your clients. Do you have people who overstep their bounds that makes you unhappy, makes you even dread working with them? Are you working with non-ideal clients, people who aren't really in the definition of who you're meant to serve, but you're working with them anyway because you don't want to say no, yet you feel like crap when you do? These are all examples of you not putting your crown on your head. So I want you to put your crown on your head. And I want you to say, I'm worth it. Remember, you've probably heard that tagline from L'Oreal. And I don't know if you know the history of that tagline. It's very interesting. When L'Oreal was starting their advertising back, gosh, I wish I could remember what decade it was, maybe the 1960s, 1970s. They came up with the tagline, and yes, I'm worth it. Because their makeup, their cosmetic line was a little bit more expensive than the other cosmetics you can buy at a store. And they knew that the women would balk at that they would, invest in some other brand, CoverGirl or Maybelline, whatever was popular at that time. And so they went into a campaign that says, you are worth it. You are worth spending a little bit more on really good makeup. Remember that. You are worth it. So what I want you to do as far as this mindset exercise is I want you to make a list of things you are tolerating in your life and in your business. So for example, maybe you're tolerating having a cell phone that doesn't work properly. Or maybe you're tolerating a computer that's super duper slow. Or maybe you're tolerating a client who was less than ideal. Or maybe you're tolerating not upgrading a piece of software even though you really could use it. Or maybe you're tolerating not having a mentor that you know could really help you with your business. Or maybe in your personal life, maybe you're tolerating being the only one who could scrub a toilet in your house. Or tolerating that maybe the lawn doesn't get mowed on a frequent basis and you hate to nag your husband for it. The list can go on and on, right? I want you to print this out, first of all, this PDF. And I want you to write down all the things you're tolerating. It's a bitch fest, ladies and gentlemen, but it's okay. Write it down. Get it off your chest. And then when you're done, look at this list. And I would love for you to pick out one thing that you're no longer going to tolerate anymore. You're going to say, I am worth more than this, and I'm going to change this. So for example, if you're tired of scrubbing the toilets in your house, what can you do to change that? Can there be other people in your house who will do that? Are there other people you can hire to do that? That is what I want you to remember when you're looking through these exercises. What are you tolerating, and what's one thing you can change? And as you do that, complete that task, then come back to this list and pick another item and go on and on and on. This is an important exercise in self-worth, because not only are you identifying the things that you are worth doing, that are worth doing for you, but you're making a plan one item at a time to improve it. So print this out and make sure you are filling this out on what you are tolerating, how you can fix it. The last mindset shift I want to share with you is a big one. I want you to stop hiding. And I say this to myself as well because I'm a queen at hiding. But you and me, we can do this together. This is an important mindset shift, because why are we hiding? Well, we're hiding because we are afraid, right? And hiding comes in all different shapes and forms. But what happens is, as it relates to entrepreneurship and as it relates to marketing, is it affects your visibility. You see, if people don't know who you are, they can't refer you. They can't buy from you. Here's something I like to say. The greater your visibility, the more ideal clients you'll meet. I'm going to say that again because it's important. The greater your visibility, the more ideal clients you'll meet. You want to succeed, right? You want to meet your ideal clients. Well, that means you got to be visible. It means that you have to stand up on your feet and wave your arms around and say, I'm over here and I can help you, and here's how I can help you. That's all done through visibility. But this is where it gets scary, because visibility brings up all sorts of other emotions: fear of failure, fear of success, fear of somebody picking on you, right? In our online communities, trolls. I can't tell you how many entrepreneurs I have coached through who are terrified just to even do like a Facebook Live or make a video, because they are terrified of what somebody's going to say, what comment might be made in social media. Understandable, but that is part of the hiding. You know, many of us are really good at hiding behind our computers. We have no problem doing things behind our computers. We'll go on Facebook groups all day and network. We'll do webinars all day and teach, but we don't want to step out from behind the computer to meet people in person. I'm challenged with this too. I'm being totally transparent, but I can tell you this. When I am out in the community, when I'm out networking, when I'm out speaking in person, when I'm at a conference and I'm meeting more people, I'm increasing my visibility. I'm expanding my reach, and I'm increasing the likelihood that I will find more ideal clients or referral sources to help me get in touch with mutual acquaintances who I can help. I know it's scary, but it's your job as a purpose-driven entrepreneur to bust through the hiding fear, the hiding mindset, because that is the thing that's going to make your business soar. So I could talk about this some day, but I think the important thing to do is action, right? Our comfort zones are quite small, and I'm not asking you to take a huge 3-meter leap out of your comfort zone. I'm asking you to move a couple centimeters. Doing things that scare us a little bit is how we broaden our comfort zones and make our comfort zones bigger. And then we pick something else that scares us a little more, and that comfort zone gets bigger and it's bigger and bigger and bigger. But we start with that first step. So in your homework, there's a PDF called 24 Ways to Increase Your Visibility. On this are ideas, 24 in fact, different ways that you can increase your visibility in front of your ideal clients. I want you to read this PDF, and I want you, if you have one, grab a highlighter. And after you're finished reading it, I want you to go back and I want you to highlight 3 of these visibility activities that you can do that scare you just a little bit. Don't pick the easy ones, because you're probably already doing them. Pick 3 that give you a little bit of a scare. Not terrify the crap out of you, although that's okay if you pick it, but the ones that scare you just a little bit. Highlight those 3 and write them down in the blanks you see on page 2. Remember that when we talked about essentialism, there was a homework assignment there. It had a butterfly on it. This is why I said to wait before filling it out, because I want you to think about these visibility activities. Are those the essential marketing activities that you should be working on? For most of us, yes. Or at least 2/3 of them, or even one of them. Make sure there's cohesion between what you write on page 2 of this homework and what you write on that butterfly handout about your 3 essential marketing activities. See how it's all connected? Please do this work. And then not only list it, but do the assignment. Go and start doing whatever it is that puts you out of your comfort zone just a little bit so that you can stop hiding. And then come back to this list. Once you finish those 3 items, come back, pick 3 more. Or maybe you've discovered another way that's not on this list. Go. This is what's going to make a huge shift in your business. And it is a mindset shift. And you're going to go in kicking and screaming, and you're going to maybe cuss my name. And that's okay, as long as you do it. So that is the end of the content for this course. And so I hope as you look through the assignments that you have, the words that I've taught you today, that you remember these 5 key components to improving your mindset. Remembering that you are the director of marketing for your business, that marketing is the most important thing you have to do in your business. It takes precedent over trash removal and mopping floors and anything else, checking your email, all of that. I want you to remember to be essential. Choose fewer tactics, 3 or less, and implement them really well. Don't be distracted. Don't have the shiny object syndrome. Stay intentional. The third thing I want you to remember is to stay in faith. Your dreams can and will come true. And when you're in the muck and when you're in the crisis of faith, know it's just a signal for you to do some analysis, to really look back, step back from your business and see what can be improved upon. And then I want you to work on your self-worth. You are worth it. You are worth the prices that you charge. You are worth the people that you're around. You are worth those investments that you want to make. What are you tolerating? What can you get rid of in your life? These are all things that will help you with your self-worth. And finally, stop hiding. Increase your visibility. Be intentional about picking visibility activities that will move you a little bit beyond your comfort zone, and then pick 3 more that will move you a little bit beyond your new comfort zone, and so on and so on. The world needs your gifts. And in order for them to know about your gifts, you have to be visible. You have to use your marketing to make you visible, and that means you have to stop hiding. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for getting this course and for listening, and thank you in advance for doing your homework. These are essential. It's the foundation to your marketing house. Before you can do a Facebook ad, before you can write a blog post, before you can sell an online program, your mindset has to be on a trajectory of improvement. And if you implement these 5 improvements that I listed here in this course, you will be well on your way. Know that I am rooting for you, and I thank you again. Here's to your marketing success. I hope you have a great day.